That was very impressive. Let's keep it real here. Android 17, what he did was, after they did the combined energy waves, he stops in the middle of that, makes the energy sphere around himself, so he can dive into the energy ball that Anilaza creates. Then go through the energy ball on the other side, and then proceeds to make an energy sphere around his own fist, and then punch Anilaza's reactor. Anilaza is defeated because of the actions of Android 17. But the fact that he was able to damage the reactor, but then on top of that, this dude went through. He went through the energy ball. Android 17. Whoa, undeniably impressive. And yes, Vegeta's right. Android 17 took the spotlight for a very good reason. What he did deserves claps. However, the most impressive individual in this episode, Easy. What? What? We've seen a lot of powerful cats in terms of power thus far, and we know that Jiren is a god, pretty much. Like this dude walks among the angels. But Anilaza? Let's cover major sections of the episode piece by piece. So, the first thing I'll talk about is the fusion itself. I would have figured that the fusion between a living organism and a robot would have been fairly wonky, somewhat grotesque and whatnot, but no. Apparently it was, here's Dr. Pepperoni with this shining light staff orb thing. Here's Coordinator behind him. They're both shining. He jumps into the air, boom, and then fusion. That is an extremely simple fusion. The simplicity of the fusion is of the same caliber as the Potara earrings. Just slap them on, boom. All this guy does is jump to the air and then boom. Whatever Universe 3 has going on for fusions is way better than the freaking fusion dance. You know, fusion, like way better than that. You just jump, light, and then you're in. We have the mega evolution of this robot, and it's like, okay, well that's easy. Impressive because it's just so simple. It's so easy. The next thing I want to point out was a pretty cool thing with Mosco. The anime does a very obvious job of highlighting Mosco's stomach. At first I'm like, why? But then halfway later on in the episode, when you have the Universe 3 Supreme Kai talking, and then we see Mosco's belly even more on the side, I'm like, you know what? That's probably like some kind of a compartment. The actual viewing area is like a window. And lo and behold, later on in the episode, there's actually a dude in there. Like the real Universe 3 God Destruction. Just some little dude with horns. And he seems like a really cool guy too. He sends his pieces to the Angel of Universe 3 and then he's out. But it was fairly obvious where they were going with that. Now next thing here is after Anilaza is fully formed, he begins to attack after the power-up. He attacks Universe 11 in the process. He attacks Jiren, Toppo, and Dispo. And I'm thinking to myself, are we gonna see some action from these three before the next episode? Because that would have been nice, because all we have from Jiren is this, and then back to the usual. Dispo, back to the usual. Toppo looking big in the back, like... Just the... Are we going to get anything from these guys somewhere in this episode? No. Unfortunately, no. So they're saving all of that for the next episodes, obviously. There is about 9 minutes left in Tournament of Power, and either it's going to be an overtime between Universe 11 and Universe 7, or it's going to come down to like the last few seconds, and odds are, my guess here is that's going to come down to the last few seconds. But alas, Anilaza did not rush Universe 11. He didn't attempt to at all. It was all Universe 7, and that was it. So all that stuff that I mentioned was pretty much the beginning of the episode. And then we transition over to Anilaza just doing stuff. And Anilaza, like I said before, was very impressive. I don't think that's even questionable. When you look at all the fighters in the Tournament of Power that we've seen up to this point in time, Anilaza is very emphasis on the very. Are you serious? Impressive. First of all, the thing has agility. The Core Generator had speed despite its size. This thing, Anilaza, has agility despite his size, and he is massive. It is also very tenacious. It just keeps on going. Apparently it has no stamina cap, but at the same time makes sense because it's half man, half machine. Then it has ultrasonic radars where it's able to detect even the androids and able to pinpoint their location. So even if it can't visually see where its targets are, it can use the ultrasonic waves. He can just pinpoint the location in an instant. And so when they were trying to jump him, he was like, nah, man, don't touch me, bro. Okay, but then it continues. After showing its ability to locate where the enemy is, proceeds to bend space by sheer physical force. What? Like straight out of the Leorio playbook. Really? Like he just sitting there, boom, 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 and they're getting wastelanded by fists from every direction from Anilaza. That's why I'm. Oh. This man is really impressive right now. And then finally, on top of all of that, Anilaza displays, to say the least, a fair bit of intelligence, to say the least. And that I think goes against the trailer that we got, or the preview that we got for the episode last week. Because in that preview, it looks like Anilaza is a mindless fusion of Paparoni and the Koi Generator. But no. Not mindless, far from. Frieza points out himself where he thinks that Anilaza is attacking him specifically because Anilaza may be perceiving Frieza to be weak. When he sees Goku and when he sees Frieza, Anilaza chooses Frieza specifically. But right there is not enough to prove that Anilaza is intelligent, let alone smart. But number two, because Anilaza had just seen Frieza save Goku, it had came to the conclusion that if it tried to knock out anybody else, they would get saved by their friends, by their comrades. So what it attempts to do, it attempts to grab, and then we find out later on, eat the enemy that it grabs. And we see Android 18 get scooped up. And this seems pretty cool too, because she dodges the grab at first, and then it kind of like sees her dodging, and then Anilaza just grabs her. And when he looks in that direction, it reminded me of the Madara scene when we see Madara fight against all the shinobi during the 4th grade ninja war. And then finally, on top of all that, he knows that Android 17 is near the edge of the ring because when he does the barrage of attacks and everyone's fending him off, the second barrage, after the first barrage that we see at the beginning of his onslaught, Android 17 does his barrier to try and protect himself from the barrage. However, Anilaza, he sees that and then he focus fires on 17 to knock him out of the ring. And then in the process, Android 18 has to go in there, save him, and then now she's out of the tournament. So again, Anilaza, not only is it rocking immense agility, not only is it rocking immense destructive capability, not only does it have ultrasonic radar to pinpoint where enemies are, but also the thing has enough physical might to bend space, and then on top of that is fairly intelligent. And then later on we see the thing just grows wings on the spot. Probably to avoid falling off the ring. So the dude has some degree of, I guess, hyper evolution or something. Whatever. Despite his ferocity and despite his size, he's not just a standard Dragon Ball Z character. No. The dude has a Batman utility belt. The man, the thing, the freak, Anilaza has an arsenal of abilities at its disposal. This thing was scary. And then even still, when you have the combined waves of the A-Team, you have Gohan, you have Vegeta, you have Frieza, you have Goku, and then you have Android 17. This is the A-Team of Universe 7. The A-Team combined attacks were not enough to defeat the energy sphere of Anilaza. This was Frieza in Golden Frieza form. This is Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Android 17 powered up in full scale, and Gohan powered up in full scale. And they could not overwhelm the energy sphere of Anilaza. Absolutely stunning. It's not until Android 17 did what he did, where he, again, energy sphere on his body, he dives into the energy ball of Anilaza, coming up the other side, energy sphere on his own fist, he punches the reactor of Anilaza, he damages it. This gives Goku, Vegeta, and company a chance to finally break through the giant energy sphere that Anilaza made, and then it's defeated. What we got to see from Anilaza was very impressive. And in all honesty, Universe 3 as a whole, because of Anilaza, are very impressive. Honestly, you throw in Dispo and throw in Topo, and it's still gonna be a massive struggle to beat Anilaza. Anilaza was fire. And when Universe 3 when they go out respectably, not like Universe 4. Universe 3 go out respectably. And then again, you have the real Mosco come out of the robot, sends his pieces over to the angel, and he's out. Universe 3 was a lot cooler and a lot more respectable than I gave him credit for. And then now we have, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the beginning of next year, episode 122, the beginning of Universe 11 versus Universe 7, the finale of the Tournament of Power. The trailer, I'll get to it in another video probably, because there's a lot of stuff going on there with the trailer. Vegeta looking raw. Vegeta looking very, very raw. And it's shocking. So, I'm gonna catch you guys and gals later. Be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that. It is not that hard to do, because I know that you all have a device called Zamaosu, and you use Zamaosu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad, and of course, comment in the comment section down below. There is, of course, merchandise in the box below as well. Peace, and have a nice Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.